Ask a millennial about dating and you tend to get something along the lines of, no one wants a relationship, everyone just wants to hook up, and dating is dead. If you're a millennial, you can stop nodding now, because as a life, dating, and relationship consultant, I can tell you it's absolute nonsense. Modern dating is not all about hooking up. Millennials have less sexual partners than their parents, and not that many people actually spend their time swiping right or left. Only 22% of 25 to 34-year-olds are actually dating online, or on mobile apps. Research consistently shows that the majority of people would jump on the opportunity for exclusivity. 77% of 18 to 45-year-olds want it now, and 93% within 5 years. Even Tinder agrees that 80% of its users want a long-term relationship. So why does everyone have this negative perception on dating? This negative perception comes from two main things. Some people need to give themselves an excuse to hook up, and people are burned out, and are mainly disappointed. Millennials live in an age where sexuality offers validation and pleasure, but pain and shame at the same time. You can become famous from a sex tape, but ridiculed and slut-shamed for a leaked nude. A selfie posted on Facebook can get over a couple hundred likes, but at the same time reported for explicit content or trolled for being too sexual. It's said that our actions are based on two things: to find pleasure and to avoid pain. People that actually just want to have no strings attached sex, pleasure, may find it easier to believe in, and blame hookup culture for their actions. It's a defense mechanism. It isn't my fault that I can't find a relationship. I'm not a slut, it's just how society is nowadays. Consequently, this tactic doesn't do any of us any good, and only perpetuates that hooking up is the problem. You can date without having sex, and you can have sex without dating. Once you realize this, the excuse everyone just wants to hook up disappears. Let's compare two scenarios. First scenario: you go on a date to a bar, or even better yet, you go over to someone's apartment to watch a movie. Netflix and chill, an acceptable millennial date. You end up having sex. There wasn't a connection, so you don't pursue a relationship. Despite if you like the person or not, you tell everyone, dating is dead, and everyone just wants to hook up. This reasoning makes your actions acceptable, and you are not a slut, it just didn't work out. Damn millennials and hookup culture. Second scenario: you go on a date to a bar, because you said no to the Netflix, but we should still chill, have interesting conversation, and then go home. You either connected or didn't. You tell everyone dating is fun, or disappointing, but that won't stop you from going on another date. The difference in the scenarios is that in the first one, both people made it clear that sex was the goal, even if it wasn't explicitly stated, while the second one was aimed at getting to know each other. People want to date, and people want to have sex. They are two different things. You get to choose which one works for you. If you're lucky, they happen together, but dating is a process that actually takes time and effort. Relationships are composed of a lot of dates, which is also a lot of work, and most of your first, second, and third dates will be dead ends, or maybe more, but then they might include a broken heart or two. This can lead to a feeling of hopelessness and discouragement. No one wants to date, everyone just wants to hook up. Dating and relationships suck. Then you're back to telling yourself, I'm not the problem, millennial dating is all about hooking up. I might as well give up or just join everyone else. There isn't a class on dating and relationships in school, so the only way to learn about them is from experiences. Sadly, many of your experiences may be filled with rejection, heartbreak, or just boring dates. It's your job to decide what you're working towards. You control how you feel and act. If you hook up, go on actual dates, and even if you give up on dating. Nothing is wrong with either, but stop blaming this idea of hookup culture. The standards and expectations are yours to define. Be honest with yourself. Are you going out to have sex, to date, to develop a relationship, or all of the above? What are you ready for? Figure that out, and then start acting like it, because dating isn't dead, but you may be digging your own grave.